Season 2, the much anticipated Test Drive Season 2. Over the months, we've been having Test Drive Season 1. And last month, we had our Test Drive anniversary to celebrate our 1 year. So today, we are kicking off with Test Drive Season 2. And we have so much planned for this session. So Test, Test Drive is our monthly test automation webinar where we get to discuss different frameworks in software testing, tips, how-tos, careers in software testing, AMAs, where we invite speakers and professionals in software testing to come and talk to us. We ask them questions. So today's session will be having a keynote session from a professional that is already on this call. And then we're going to be having some trivia games, and there are definitely things to be won. So I hope you stay till the end so that you can partake in the trivia games and also stand the chance to win something. But before we go into the order of the day, so we're gonna have a little icebreaker. So, and this icebreaker is just for us to retrace our steps back to when we started software testing, because today we are talking about forecasting the future of software testing. Can anyone hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes.
Okay, okay, okay. So today we are talking about the future of quality assurance. So I want to know, what was the first bug you ever found as a QA? I know a lot of us have been doing QA for years now, so you probably may not remember. But if you remember the first bug, do you mind dropping it in the chat so that we'll get to see? What was the first bug you found as a QA? I'm waiting. So nobody remembers the first bug they ever found as a QA? Okay, while we are waiting for people to drop that, I'll be moving on. Okay, someone said wrong link redirecting. Awesome, awesome. Who else? Okay, page responsiveness was bad. Wow. The platform was unable to refresh when I clicked the refresh button. I was unable to log into a dashboard with empty username. Ooh. Hikmat said the password acceptance parameter wasn't true to the condition set. Awesome, awesome. Okay, while we drop the first bug we ever found as QAs, I'll be moving on. So before we introduce the topic for today, if you're not following us on social media, this is a chance for you to follow us. So we do test drive monthly, and there are other activities that we also do at Scandium. So if you're not following us on Get Scandium on Twitter or LinkedIn and Instagram, you can search Get Scandium on any of this platform and follow us so you get to stay updated when we want to host another test drive or any other activity that will be very, very beneficial to you. So today we'll be talking about forecasting the future of QA, insights from past and present trends. And we have someone here with us that will be leading us on this session. And after the session, we would have the opportunity to ask him questions. So today we have Samuel Blay, Group SQA lead from Helix UK. So Samuel is here with us. He was among the first people that joined. So just a little bit more about Samuel. Blay Samuel is a group software quality assurance engineer with nearly a decade experience in software solution delivery, predominantly within the banking sector across Africa and Europe. Wow. Starting as a front-end developer, he transitioned through roles as a digital product manager, scrum master, and product designer before becoming an SQA leader. He currently manages SQA for a global group of companies with operations in the USA, in Canada, UK, New Zealand, South Africa, and Singapore. Blay's expertise lies in managing and optimizing QA processes. He holds a master's degree in digital service design and has his educational foundation in computer science, mathematics, and physics. Wow, awesome. That's such a wonderful profile. Let's put our hands together for Blay. I want to see some confetti flying around. It's not easy, honestly, to have done a lot of these things over the years. Blay, I know you're here with us. Hi, Blay.
Hello, everyone.
Hi. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good morning, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for doing this with us today. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen to give you the floor to learn from you.
All right. Thank you very much, Ijoma. Um, can I share my screen, or you want to do that for me?
No, you
I can.
can, you
I
can,
can share.
yes.
Let me share. Go ahead.
Yes.
Okay. Let me know if you can see my screen.
It's coming up. Yes, yes, we can.
Okay. Are we on the same page since we are in different locations? Get some reactions so I can.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Quite a good number. It looks like QA itself. We are all on the same page on the requirement. The requirement was basically to understand if we are seeing my screen. So first, um, the first step in QA, I would say, is past, basically having a good understanding of the requirements. All right. So good morning once again. And yeah, thank you for joining us today. My name is Sam, as has been said earlier. I'm excited to be here to discuss the future of quality assurance by reflecting on its past and the present. Um, we'll begin our journey by exploring the history of QA. There's no straightforward history. It's been a curved journey where we'll dive into the early days of software quality testing, including some of the fascinating stories from pioneering projects like VR. We'll have an understanding where we've come from, which is crucial, and it sets the stage for how QA has evolved over the years. Next, we'll look at um, the evolution of QA, how it's transitioned from the early stages to what we see today. Um, we'll discuss some key milestones that have shaped current QA practices and how these developments have improved our ability to deliver high quality software. After that, we'll touch on some emerging trends. I believe that's what most of us want to see, um, where we are living in an era of rapid technological advancement and the role of automation, most importantly, AI and CI/CD pipelines. These trends are not just bad buzzwords, in my opinion. They are fundamentally changing how we approach software quality assurance. Finally, we'll discuss future predictions. Will we survive? Will we die off in this competitive market? As technology continues to evolve, so will roles and responsibilities, we all agree, as QA professionals. So we'll explore how these new skills that will be necessary and how QA roles might shift in response to the ongoing changes. Now, by the end of this session, I personally hope that we will all have a comprehensive understanding of how QA has evolved over time, and where it's headed, and how we can prepare ourselves for the future. So come with me, and let's get on this journey. So QA history, the early days, and then key milestones. Now let's begin by rewinding to the late 90s and then early 2000s. Now, a period marked by rapid technological advancement. Companies like IBM, Nokia, were leading the charge in the development of the first smartphones. This was around that time. Um, while Samsung and Fossil were pioneering the smartwatch space. Around the same time, Sony was making strides in VR. If you've all heard of VR headsets like Glasstron, one of its kind that was developed in the early days. Now, QA in this period basically was faced with significant challenges, and you can all agree. Think of engineers primarily manual testing and testing being reactive, right? Um, this manual approach was not only time consuming, if you would admit, but also error prone, limiting the scalability of QA efforts. Now, the transition to automation from this very period, the early adoption of automation for repetitive tasks, and the foundation for today's automated testing practices. That has been the journey. So as these technologies matured in the early 2000s, the limitations of manual testing became increasingly evident, because you have the very thing we are looking out for in terms of quality kind of speeding up. So the approach to testing or validating or establishing the quality of these technologies, the flaws were very known. So the need for faster, more reliable testing methods led to the initial adoption of automation. We needed to fast track and be quick around our processes. And so if some of us would remember, HP's Quick Test Professional was one of the early tools that were adopted to automate repetitive tasks. This game changer allows for testers to automate repetitive tasks like running the same test across different environments. Right. This early automation effort laid the foundation for robust automated testing frameworks we rely on today. So those were the foundation that built what we are seeing today in our dispensation. So the impact of Agile in 2001, Agile methodologies were formally introduced with the publication of the Agile Manifesto by a group of software developers who sought to be more iterative in their software delivery, or flexible approach to software development. Now, companies like Microsoft, if you agree, Google, were the early adopters. Now, Agile fundamentally changed how QA was perceived and practiced. Instead of QA being a final checkpoint after development, it became an integral part of the entire software development process. Now, testing began to happen as early as possible in the software development lifecycle. We say we are shifting left. How left are you shifting? So that's what was happening in that era. Now, this was pivotal, actually. Moment in QA evolution. It embedded quality deeply into the software development lifecycle, because we learn from each release, improve on it on the next release that comes. So the evolution of QA, automation, Agile, and beyond. Now, in this section, we'll dive into how QA has evolved with advent of automation, Agile methodologies, and later DevOps, the game changer. We'll explore how these innovations didn't just enhance QA, they fundamentally redefined software quality assurance. This evolution is what empowered us as QA professionals to meet demands of today's fast-paced environment, in terms of continuous delivery environment, ensuring quality at every step of the development process. So come with me, let's explore how we got here and what it means for the future of QA. In the whole journey of evolution of QA, the integration of QA in Agile and DevOps from the year 2000 to what we see today. Let's take a moment to build on what we discussed in the previous slides about QA's early days. Now, as we moved into the 2000s, something truly transformative happened. Agile methodologies began to take root. And so this wasn't a new process. It was something, a major shift in how software was developed, and more importantly for us, how quality was assured. It wasn't an afterthought, it wasn't a final checkpoint. Now we're part of the delivery process itself. So gone were the days when QA was lonely island, isolated at the end of the development lifecycle. Instead, actually, QA became a dynamic and integral part of the process from start to finish, established. Now, companies like Spotify, Netflix didn't just adopt Agile, they embodied it, became part of their processes. QA teams weren't just testing softwares, they were collaborating closely with developers every step of the way. Now, this shift actually meant that quality wasn't just something we checked for at the end. It was something we built into software from the very beginning, right? And then came DevOps, I smile, the game changer, which took this collaboration to another level by breaking down walls between development and QA and operations. Now, in this environment, QA isn't an afterthought again, it was an improvement. So it's a constant proactive effort embedded in every phase of the software development lifecycle. Now, this is the era where QA moved from being a gatekeeper to becoming a guardian of quality. So it was involved in everything from the first line of code to the final deployment. Continuous testing in CI/CD pipelines. Now, QA's role in ensuring constant feedback, yes, was a great point. It enabled quick identification and resolution of issues. So as we evolved our processes, the concept of continuous testing emerged as a game changer, especially within CI/CD pipelines. What's the word? Imagine a world actually where software isn't just released every few months or every few weeks, right? But multiple times a day. Imagine. Sounds intense, right? Can I have some reaction? That's intense. Software is actually being released on daily, multiple times within a day, but it's our reality now. And continuous testing is what is making this possible, right? In a CI/CD pipeline, every code change triggers series of automated tests that run instantly, right? Giving us that immediate feedback. This is critical because it allows teams to watch issues early, right? Sometimes within minutes of writing code, depending how big it is. But the most important thing is it's a continuous loop of integration, testing, and deployment that ensures that quality is maintained without slowing down the pace of innovation, right? Take Facebook, for example. They release code to production hundreds of times a day, right? Continuous testing is what makes this kind of speed possible, while still ensuring that software works seamlessly for billions of users. Click of a button, a lot of changes are coming to production. So it's no longer about waiting until the end of sprint to test. That doesn't mean agile methodologies like Scrum is dying out. It's all part of the process. But it's about integrating QA so deeply into the process that testing happens in real time, right alongside development. And so you'll find roles like software engineers in test, as that, if I'm right, taking this initiative. So advancement in automation, tools, and frameworks is part of the evolution. Let's not forget about tools that made all this possible, right? The evolution of automation has been nothing short of remarkable, in my opinion. Early on, we started with basic scripts. I wasn't in QA then, but from what you can see, it was a basic. It was helpful, yes, to find um, issues, identify issues who are developing, but it was limited. If you agree with me, today we have an era of an entire ecosystem of sophisticated tools that can handle everything, right from UI testing to performance to security and beyond. So we are in a good place now. Now, tools like Selenium have become the go-to automation web application test. It's powerful, it's flexible, industry standard, and then there's Jenkins for the backbone of CI/CD. Back then, there are a lot more tools now. I've worked in GitHub, Bitbucket, GitLab. Um, Quite a good era we have now. But the innovation didn't stop there, right? Newer tools like Cypress, Test Cafe, and a lot more have emerged. And most importantly, what you are seeing today is Scandium, right? A low-code tool do not require any understanding of programming or software development languages and stuff. So you could actually bring in resource personnel from operations, bring people from sales. Once they have a good understanding of requirements, they have the zeal or the edge to look out for quality. Scandium is providing that platform. Let's give it that for Scandium. Right. Now, as we continue to expand our toolkit, it's clear. It's actually clear that automation isn't just a nice to have. And like I've said, Scandium has re-emphasized that it's not something fancy and stuff. We are looking for quality and how easy that allows us, or how the tools provide a platform for you to achieve that is what we are looking for. Now, it allows us to keep pace with demand, right, for faster development cycles and more. Um, in my opinion, it enables us to deliver better software to users and faster with greater confidence. Right? So as we've seen in the evolution of QA from its early days, integration into Agile and DevOps, um, to the widespread adoption of continuous testing, this has brought us to a point where quality is deeply embedded in the development process, right? But the story doesn't just end there. The pace of innovation continues to accelerate, and so must our approaches to quality. We all agree. So in the next section, we will shift our focus to cutting edge trends, right, that are shaping the future of QA. We are no longer just talking about automation, nice to have, in its traditional sense. We are seeing an emergence of AI driven testing, right, where artificial intelligence isn't just assisting, but actively predicting, right, and preventing defects. So we are moving beyond static test scripts, right, to dynamic self-healing automation, if we all agree and have heard about that, that can adapt in real time. So, and of course, QA is not only continuous, but also smarter and more efficient than ever, in my opinion. Now, these trends aren't just theoretical, right? They are practical, they are game-changing developments that are redefining how we approach quality in today's fast-paced software development. Now, let's dive into how AI, right, advanced automation, and CI/CD are transforming the landscape of QA. We see a reaction if we are excited about what's happening at the moment. So now let's talk about one of the most exciting developments in QA today, the integration of artificial intelligence, right? We've already touched on automation, but AI is taking the, um, the whole trend to a new level, right? Imagine a system that not only runs tests, not only running tests, but predict where defects are likely to occur, making our life easier, making us ship the best quality software to our end users. Right? Now, that's exactly what AI is enabling us to do. Through predictive testing, we can analyze past data, spot on patterns, and focus on testing efforts where they are needed the most. You all agree that we most of the time have limited um, time to delivery of software solutions, and with these technologies in place, it helps bridge that gap. But AI's role doesn't stop at prediction. It doesn't just stop at the prediction. We are also seeing AI-driven tools that automatically generate test cases is happening at the moment and optimize test coverage. So this means that we can ensure our tests are as comprehensive as possible, all while reducing the manual effort traditionally required. So companies again like Google, Microsoft are already leading in these AI capabilities, transforming their QA processes into something far more intelligent and proactive, right? This shift isn't just about doing things faster. That's not the whole idea. It's about doing them smarter, right? Allowing us to catch potential issues even before they arise, because there's that predictiveness in place, right? So advanced automation beyond traditional testing, right? We've got self-healing scripts that adapt to application changes. Mind blowing. Now, this allows us to reduce maintenance and increase test reliability. So now let's explore how automation is evolving traditional um, it's evolving the whole automation approach. We are now moving beyond that. The latest advancements include self-healing scripts. These are automated tests that can adapt to changes in the application on their own. Mind blowing. Imagine not having to rewrite a test case or a test script every time. Yeah, a test script every time the UI changes, right? Even slightly. Instead of the script to recognize, instead the script actually recognizes the change, adapts, and continuously running itself if nothing happened, right? So this capability significantly reduces the maintenance burden on us as QA professionals, and it increases reliability on our tests. And that's what we are looking for. Because like we said earlier, we are shipping to production many times a day. So this kind of dynamic automation is particularly crucial in software, right? As software becomes more complex and the release cycles also shorten, just like we are seeing at the moment. Now, it allows us to keep pace without significantly sacrificing thoroughness of our testing, right? So self-healing automation isn't just a nice to have also, it's becoming essential in maintaining the agility and then the resilience of our QA processes. Now, the importance of CI/CD, right? What impact has this had? Now, continuous integration, continuous deployment, it's not something, it's not just a buzzword as well. They are becoming it has actually become the backbone of modern software development. In today's world where users expect constant updates and improvements like we've established in previous slides, CI/CD allows us to just achieve that. It allows us to deliver new features and fixes quickly without compromising on quality. But here is the challenge. Now, to keep up with these rapid deployment cycles, our testing must also be continuous. It must be fast and it must be reliable, right? Because we are the gatekeepers, but it's not just happening towards the end. It's as and when a change is triggered. So, like we always say, software testing always comes into play immediately you even think of a change. Without even having implemented it, the testing starts. So they enable QA to be seamlessly integrated into CI/CD pipelines, ensuring that each change or each code change is thoroughly tested before it reaches production. Now, this integration is what allows companies like Amazon, Netflix, Google, major banks to deploy multiple times a day while maintaining their highest standards of quality. Now, as QA professionals, our role in this CI/CD whole it's critical, if you agree. We are the ones who actually ensure that the speed, right, we are looking for doesn't come at the expense of quality. Do we all agree? Reactions? We are the ones who actually ensure, yeah, that the speed doesn't come at the expense of quality. It's our job as QA professionals that every release is reliable as the last one or as the previous one that was released, right? Now, this balance of speed and quality is what defines the future of QA, in my opinion. That balance of speed and quality. So, one thing we have mostly overlooked also is test data management and virtualization. Now, test data management, as our test environments grow more complex and diverse, the ability to manage test data effectively becomes crucial. We need to ensure that our test data reflects real world scenarios, which can be challenging sometimes when dealing with sensitive or large data sets. This is where test data management strategies come into place, right? Helping us to create, first of all, manage and secure the data needed for thorough testing. Virtualization also allows us to simulate production-like environments, which is what we need, right? We need to have that similar features to test it. This means that we can, first of all, perform realistic tests without the overhead or the risk of working directly in production environments. But funny enough, I've seen some scenarios where testing is actually happening in production. That's a discussion for another day. It should never be the case. QA teams can ensure that their testing is both comprehensive and efficient, right? Even in the most complex CI/CD pipelines. So the future of QA, evolving roles in terms of skills and strategy. How can we place ourselves that we are in a position to also thrive as technology advances? Now, as we transition from discussing the current trends in QA, it's clear that the landscape is constantly evolving. We all agree. As we've seen how AI, advanced automation, and CI/CD have reshaped our processes. But what's next? That's a big question. What's next for us? Are we losing our jobs? How will our roles and responsibilities continue to change? Now, in this next session, we will explore how the future of QA, um, how our involvement in terms of our skills, and even the way we approach quality are set to transform, right? So the future of QA, strategic involvement, very, very important. Now, as we look to the future, the role of QA is set to expand significantly. You will agree with me. No longer just the final checkpoint, we've established that in the past already. QA will increasingly be involved in software development from the early stages of a project. So a lot of people I meet will say we are shifting left. How far are you shifting is the biggest question. So this shift allows us to influence quality, risk management, decisions right from the start, right from even when contracts are signed. QA should be embedded in the whole process. Now, skill evolution. To stay ahead of the game as QA professionals, we must evolve too. We all agree. The future demands a broader skill set, right? Knowledge of AI, machine learning, and cloud technologies at the moment, right, will become essential. If you fall short, you'll be left behind. Now, these skills will enable us to leverage predictive analytics, automate more complex tasks, right, and ensure that our testing strategies are effective in the cloud environment. Mind you, these are big words, but Scandium is making this easier for all of us from what I see. Continuous learning will be key for maintaining our relevance and leadership in this fast changing field. Now, roles, I'm sure at the end people will be asking roles. Yes, a role shift from testers to quality advocates. We are no longer testers, we advocate for quality. You don't just develop a solution and come say, hey, check it out. Is this working? Is this not working? No, we are advocates, so we are part from the whole delivery process from the onset. So our roles are also shifting, if you agree with me, from traditional testers to quality advocates. It means that we are not just identifying issues, but ensuring that the quality is a core focus throughout the entire development process. Now, as quality advocates, we collaborate closely with developers, product teams, all stakeholders, right? Making sure that every aspect of the project is aligned with the highest standard. Now, this proactive, holistic approach to quality is where key truly lasting impact, in my opinion. So, as we've explored today, right? The evolution of QA is a journey that reflects the broader shifts in technology and software development, right from the early days, manual testing, like we've seen, to the advanced technologies we are seeing today. Now, looking forward, our roles as QA professionals will become even more integral. If you agree with me, let me see reaction. We are no longer just testers, right? We are strategic partners to influence the very foundation of the project we work on. So, like I said, immediately you think about a change, software testing has started. And we are partners, right? We need to be involved at that stage. We are not an afterthought anymore. Now, the skills we've discussed, from AI, machine learning, to cloud, if I remember, and automation, right, aren't just trends. They are not things that are just happening. They are tools that empower us as QA professionals to lead in this evolving landscape. So, as we prepare for the future, let's remember that our greatest strength lies in our ability to adapt, right, and innovate, in my opinion. By integrating these emerging technologies and maintaining a focus, right, on quality at every stage, we will not only meet the demands of today's project, but also set the standards for tomorrow's innovations. Thank you very much for joining me today on this exploration of QA, leveraging on the past, current, and future. I hope that you are as excited as I am about the opportunity that lies ahead. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Samuel, for walking us through the evolution of QA from the past, the present, the future, from point A to point B. It was such an insightful session. So now it's time for Q&A. Because of time, we'll just be taking one or two questions from the audience. So if you have any questions for Samuel, now is the time to ask. You can drop them on the chat, or you can raise your hand and we'll take it. Okay, Ismail, please go ahead.
Thank you very much. That's a wonderful session. My question is, for somebody who is just starting out in QA, is it sufficient to master all no-code tools, or to what extent is it also necessary for the person to deep dive into those what's it called, learning necessary cloud technology? What should be the pathways, if I put it that way, the pathways for a newbie?
Hi, Samuel, did you get that?
Am I coming through? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yeah. So the question was, as someone starting software quality assurance, do you need to start on the local tools? If I understood that, do you need to have a good understanding of all these technology advancements in terms of automation tools? Was that a question?
Yes, that's the question. And what is the pathway? I mean, the learning pathway one should follow.
Yeah. So software testing is a process, right? It's not an event that happens. You need, first of all, to be a good automation engineer, you need to be a master of the software testing lifecycle, meaning you need to be a good test analyst, the word analyst. You need to have a good understanding of the manual approach. So that's what will set you up to find risk where they need to be, contribute where you find shortfalls. So for me, the approach has always been the software testing lifecycle, that five-phased approach to testing softwares in terms of discovery, planning, specification, execution, and then the completion. You need to master that, have a good understanding, right? You would realize that now when you learn an automation tool, automation is just an add-on, right? People automate for various reasons. We are not all automating for speed. We automate for various reasons, but most importantly, is it in contributing to the quality of the product you are releasing out there? That's the biggest question. I've seen companies automate, we find no bugs. What have you solved? Nothing. But once you have a good understanding of the software testing lifecycle, you would realize that you need to write test cases that are effective and that will transpose into your automation, right? Before you automate, you need to have test entry and exit criteria, and that allows you to put in your assertions. It means you are finding something. But when you just jump to automation because it's a trend, it becomes we are not solving anything. So in my opinion, as someone starting software testing or to be a test analyst for the start, have a good understanding of the software testing life cycle, be a good manual tester, right? And now enhance your testing with an automation tool when they need be. Yep. And picking one to master is a good approach for me. As and when you get onto different environments, it will be easy to learn others, but it's all the same objective.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that, Salma. I hope that answers the question, Ismail.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay. Does anyone have any other question before we move on to the next thing we have on our agenda? Okay. Awesome. Just a short commercial break. This event is brought to you by Scandium. And we want to take a few minutes from this session to show you the amazing things you can do with Scandium or Scandium can do for you. So we're going to be playing a very short video on testing drag and drop with Scandium. So let me know if you can see my screen. Okay.
So today I'm going to be showing you how seamless it is to test drag and drop flows within your applications using Scandium. So I'm going to test with demo QA. They have a drag and drop feature that we can use for our test. So once you start recording and the app loads up, so just we'll go to the page that has the drag and drop feature. So now should be under interactions. Then test this sort table. So on this sort table list, we want to drag away some of these items. So we want to rearrange them basically. So I'm going to move one down here. So I'll move maybe 6 up as well. So on the grid side, I can drag 1 here, drag 9 here. So I'm going to get to the drag table as well. So I'll drag this here. So I have this axis drag as well that I can only drag horizontally, and these that I can only drag vertically. So all of these I'm doing, and Scandium is taking note of it. So I'll stop the recording. So I can see all of the drags that I did. Now I'm going to replay this test and watch Scandium redo the drag and drops. So, all right. So our playback starts now, and Scandium is going to start taking action. So let's go. So our 1 has been shifted down, our 6 has been moved up automatically by Scandium. Then on the grid, the 1 card gets moved to the right. I think that was the only thing we did on the grid. Then next up, okay, yeah, we shifted 9 reports as well. So next up should be the which one again? We'll see in a minute. Okay, this simple drag. Okay, so this gets dragged to the right. So for horizontal movement, you can see X getting dragged and Y getting dragged down to the bottom as well, like we did. So that's how smooth and seamless it is to do drag and drops with Scandium. Yes, this is an experimental feature at this moment. We want you to use it to give feedback. So it might not work with some of your libraries. However, just test it out, give us feedback, let us know if this works for you or not. So we're happy to make it support whatever drag and drop library you're using on your app.
Awesome. We just showed you how you can do drag and drop using Scandium. And in our previous sessions, we've shown videos on how to create automated web, mobile, and API tests with Scandium, how to schedule your tests to run on the Scandium Cloud Runner, integrate tools, and so much more. So I would advise you to check out our YouTube channel if you want to see more of these videos. We have a lot of videos explaining how you can use Scandium for your daily tests. So moving on to what we have on our agenda. Can anyone hear me? Kindly indicate if you can
Yes, you
hear
can
me.
hear you.
Yes, I can hear.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you. So
So today I'm going to be showing you how seamless.
okay, next we have on our agenda is the trivia games, the much anticipated trivia games. I know a lot of us here have been waiting for the game session. So now is the time. You can scan the code or use the URL to join. So let me know when you've joined. Okay, the link has been shared on the chat. So please click on it or you scan the code to join. So we don't have so much time. So if you want to partake in the games, please try as much as possible to join now so that we can do it. Ibrahim, you can share your screen. Okay, how many of us have been able to join? And we are still waiting for our players. If you're having some difficulty, you can share that on the chat so we can help you. Or if you want us to exercise a little patience for you, you can also indicate. So we don't want anybody to miss out on a chance to win a prize. Okay, kindly indicate if you've been able to join. Oh, okay. You said there is a connection issues from the site. Okay, someone is asking how they can join the quiz. Okay, the link has been shared. Just click on it and join. Let me try to reshare the link again. Okay, okay. Abdullah, have you been able to join? I just reshared the link again. Let me know if you're able to join, a reaction or something. Okay, awesome, awesome. Who has been able to join? Please, can I get a reaction?
I joined, but I'm just saying welcome to our quiz. Is that what I'm supposed to be saying?
Yes, yes, that's what you're supposed to be saying. Yes. Okay, our quiz is about to start. Awesome, awesome. We have 18 players ready. Okay, 22 players ready, 23 players ready. Okay, please, because of time, we can just go ahead and get started with our 23 players. So answer as fast as possible to get more points. So if you know the answer, don't second guess, just click on it. The faster you answer, the better. Whew. Okay, 5 people got it. Let's see who's leading. Who is Beyonce? Beyonce is leading. This one is very simple. Should be able to answer as fast as you can. Hmm. Beyonce, can you show yourself? Eh, which milestone in QA history marked the shift towards automation in testing? Beyonce is still leading. Nobody wants to overtake Beyonce. Which of the following is considered a key trend in modern QA? You should be able to answer this one. Yes. Yes. Which technology is increasingly being used to enhance QA processes through predictive analytics? Okay. Okay. Yep. Beyonce is still the fastest. Nobody wants to beat Beyonce. And who is Beyonce? The development of which of these devices significantly advanced the need for QA in the tech industry? Don't know this one. Okay, 6 people got it. Smartwatches. Ooh. Right. Let's go. Somebody's name is Let's Go. ah. Yep. Yep. That's the answer. We're almost at the end. Just 3 more questions to go. You can still make it. Please don't give up. Don't give up. You can do it. Ah, yeah. Okay, Maverick is the fastest this time around. But nobody wants to beat Beyonce. 2 more questions to go. Two more to go. Woo! What? How? What happened? Beyonce, I'm rooting for you. You still have one more chance to make a comeback. Damn. Wow. Congratulations. Who is Maverick here? Who is Maverick? Whoa. Maverick, can you show yourself? Just unmute your mic and something.
I am Maverick.
Who is Maverick? Tolulokbe?
Tolulope.
Easy lie. Wow, wow, wow. Congratulations.
But we need to know who Beyonce is as well.
Yes, who is Beyonce? Beyonce, show yourself.
Hi, I'm Beyonce.
Whoa, Shoma Eze. Wow, congratulations, Beyonce. Congratulations. Okay, thank you so much for partaking in our trivia games, and congratulations to our top winners. We'll be in touch on Slack to tell you the prizes you've won. Definitely you won something. And I see someone is asking, please, I was told to come and take my vest, but I don't reside in Lagos. How can I get it? Okay, Nuruddin, I hope I didn't murder your name. Please reach out to Ibrahim Adebisi on Slack, and he's going to tell you the next thing to do. Okay, moving on. Once again, thank you so much. I'm going to share my screen once more. We're almost at the end of the session. So just a few more things to do. And okay, let me know if you can see my screen. Okay, once again, if you're not connected with us on socials, please, we have our links on the chats. You can connect with us on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. You can also follow us on YouTube. We have a lot of insightful videos that you can watch to learn more about Scandium. If you're having any issues, you can join us on Slack. The link to our Slack channel is on our website. You can join us on Slack to ask questions if you are encountering any challenge or difficulty. Our support team is always available to help. So thank you so much for joining to this session. So what next? So we have this monthly test drive each month. So I know a lot of people here have been joining us since season one. That means since last year. And some people won some prizes last month because they've been joining test drive for a very, very long time. So if this is your first time joining test drive, I would advise you to keep the momentum going. Join us on our next test drive. Visit us at app.getscandium.com and try out Scandium if you've never tried it. You can also share feedback with us, reach out to us on Slack. You can book a demo session or calls with our team, and we are always, always available to help. And then you can follow us on our social media as well and engage with our posts. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining to this session. I hope you learned a lot from the evolution of QA from point A to point B, from the past, the present, and the future. Thank you so much, Samuel Blay, for such an insightful session. And thank you for doing this with us. Thank you, Samuel. Thank you for coming. We are so happy to have you. Thank you so much. So if you are not following us on socials, please do well to do so. You can join us on Slack as well to get more insights to all the activities that we do. We have these sessions every month, every end of the month. So please try your best to attend the next one. Do have a great weekend. Bye, everybody.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Hi.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Thanks. Yeah, bye. Yeah.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Thank you.